Let us solve our first example on using nested if statements. In this example, we have a shop that sells balloons. It's called Ace, and each balloon costs 10 fils. If the customer buys 500 to 1000 balloons, then the price will go down to 8 fils. If the customer buys over 1000 balloons, then the price also will go down and each will cost 6 fils. Write a program that reads the number of balloons. So number of balloons is the input to purchase, to buy, and print the amount of the bill, and we will print it in fils. Okay, we are not going to print it in dinar, we are going to print it in fils. So we need to organize now our conditions. As you see, we have some numbers on the boundaries. We have 500, we have 1000. So we have to draw a line like what we have done for the flowchart, and we put those boundaries and we see what we have to do in each area between these boundaries. After analyzing the conditions, we came up with the following. Now here we have the number of balloons, and here what we have to do, or how to compute the price. We have one case which is not mentioned in the problem. What if the number of balloons is less than or equal to 0? So nobody goes to a shop and buys 0 balloons and asks for how much is it. And also we don't have number of balloons negative, so our program should handle this. So at the beginning we will check if number of balloons less than or equal to 0, we will just print invalid message and we will quit the program. Otherwise, if it is above 0 and below 500, this is the first condition, then the cost will be 10 fils. And if it is from 500 up to 1000, then it costs 8 fils. And if it is above 1000, it costs 6 fils. So it looks like we have to make one action. So there is no way that we compute 10 and 8 fils at one time. Either the price will cost 10, or will cost 8, or will cost 6. So this is why we put them in one multi-branch, one after the other, because the computer has to choose only one. So here we are in JGrasp to implement the program. This program is for an example 1 on slide 14. So whenever you open this file in the future, you should know that this is a solution for the example number 1 on slide 14. So I'm going to use this naming for the classes for our future programs. I have already prepared the program. So we have a scanner. So the input will be number of balloons. So we need number of balloons as an integer, because we don't have 2.5 balloons, so it should be an integer. We will ask the user, how many balloons do you want to purchase? How many balloons you want to purchase or buy? And we are going to read this number on the same line. We are going to read it into number of balloons, so it will be next integer and will give us, or the user will give us the number of balloons. We will check for first, check invalid input, and we will do this by separate if. There is no need to include it with our if statement, or you can include it if you wish. So if balloons less than or equal to 0, then we have to do two things. This is why we need curly braces. First, we print a message by saying invalid number of balloons. It should be positive. Okay, so number of balloons should be positive. And we quit the program, by system.exit, and here you can put -1 if you wish, because our program did not continue. Now there is no need to put else here. We will assume it's a separate if, so we will start now for a new if statement, and we will check for number of balloons. For the first, category, we need to check above 0 and below 500. So 0 is not included and 500 is not included, and we have to calculate the cost by multiplying number of balloons by 10. So probably here we have to say 10 fills each, and here we say 10 fills each, and here 10 fills each. And from 500 included up to 1000, 8 fills, and the last, if it is above, last condition, if it is above 1000, it is 6 fills each. If number of balloons above 0 and balloons less than 500, then we need a variable. I will call it cost in here, and we will put inside cost is equal to number of balloons multiplied by 10 fills. Else we will go for the next condition. So the condition, I will copy this part because it is going to be repeated. Okay, so number of balloons greater than or equal to 500 and number of balloons less than or equal to 1000. Then we will multiply it by 8, and for the last one, else we don't need any testing for the condition because it's the last choice. So we have cost equal to balloons multiplied by 6 fills. After we finish, we print a message to the user, the cost of number of balloons we printed, and we write balloons as, and we put the cost. So it will print the cost of, it depends on how many balloons, maybe 400, so the cost of 400 balloons is, and we will print the cost. We run the program, hopefully no errors. So there are no errors, so it is asking for number of balloons. Let us give it invalid. Let us give it -9, for example. So invalid number of balloons, it should be positive, and see the exit is -1. Let's run it again and give it a number between 0 and 500. Let's say 400, and remember it costs 10 fills each. So the cost of 400 balloons is 4000 fills. So maybe we should write fills at the end, because we need to see what is the unit, okay, of cost. Now we will try 600, which is between 500 and 1000. So the cost is multiplied by 8, and finally we will give it 3000, which is greater than 1000. Oops, I have to run the program again, sorry. So it is 3000. So the cost of 3000 is multiplied by 6, which is 18,000 fills.